I have a question for the people that are burning the American flag, that are wearing the Hamas headbands, that are chanting death to America, waving the flags of the Islamic regime in Iran that is systematically slaughtering my people right now. What is it that you want? Is it to be flogged for not wearing the veil? Is it to be lynched for exercising free speech? What exactly is it that you want? Those of us who came here to the last places that we had to be. We don't need to hear you chanting about globalizing an intifada that we've already been on the other side of. And we don't want it. The only reason you think you want it is not only because you don't know the reality of what life is like under these regimes, but because you don't even know what your own ancestors died to give you. You were born with all of the rights and privileges and liberties handed to you on a platter that you don't even know what it took to make the meal. You are so far removed from the history of toil and pain and struggle of this country. You want to set fire to the legacy of. See, maybe you weren't there when women didn't have the right to vote and paid the price, and so it was fixed. Maybe you weren't there when the Constitution said that a black person was 3/5 of a person, and the people said no and paid the price, and so it was fixed. Maybe you weren't there when the Constitution said that separate but equal was good enough, but the people said no, and so it was fixed. Maybe you weren't there when gay marriage was illegal and the people said no, and so it was fixed. Obviously, you weren't there, because if you were there, you would know that where we are today is what people are drowning in oceans, crossing rivers, climbing through mud to get to the border of, just for a tiny shot at life in your ivory castle. This country is uniquely structured for the will of the people to govern. That is the definition of liberty. And we're going to trade that for what? To globalize the intifada for what? For some terrorist regime to come and meet the will of the people with torture and sexual assault and whipping and lynching from cranes? No. Cut it out. See, what you don't seem to understand is that the people who fought for this country didn't do it because they hate this country. They did it specifically because they love this country. There is a reason why James Baldwin famously said, "I love America more than any other country in this world, and it is because I love her that I reserve the right to criticize her." Because when you love someone, when you love something, you don't seek to destroy it. You want it to grow. You want to nurture it. You do not set it on fire. For all of its flaws, for all the progress that needs to be made, the difference between us and you is that we choose America. We choose liberty. We choose freedom of speech. We choose freedom of religion. We choose the right to dress how we want to dress. If you want to live under jihadist rule, throw a stone in any corner of the earth and you will find tyranny. You will find oppression. If you don't like freedom, you don't have to have it, but you will not take it from us, nor will you destroy something that you didn't see what it took to build.